فقرات وعبارات بالإنجليزية مع ترجمة للغة العربية. حاول قراءة المقال ككل باللغة الإنجليزية، وحاول فهم المعنى ككل وتخمين ترجمة الكلمات.
Why is alcohol harmful? Alcohol is highly addictive. It can create a strong psychological and physical dependence and damage almost all organ systems over time. Why is alcohol more harmful to women than to men? Women generally tolerate alcohol less well than men, which means that the same amount of alcohol is more harmful to women than men. This is mainly due to the fact that women have on average more body fat and less water in their tissues in relation to their body weight. Since alcohol dissolves better in water than in fat, the blood alcohol concentration after the same amount of alcohol is higher in women than in men of the same body weight. In addition, the amount of the alcohol-degrading enzyme ADH, alcohol dehydrogenase, is lower in women than in men. Immediate effects of alcohol consumption. Alcohol affects perception, ability to react and attention, and behavior. With increasing alcohol consumption, there are also physical effects that can sometimes be life-threatening. Attention and ability to react decrease, there are incipient imbalance, greater willingness to take risks, increased urge to talk. Onset of intoxication, sense of balance and ability to react severely impaired, confusion, language and orientation disorders, overestimation of oneself, mood swings, nausea, vomiting, drowsiness. Anesthetic level, severe balance and memory disorders, hardly any ability to react, muscles relaxation. Disturbances in consciousness up to coma, memory loss, slack muscles, lowered body temperature, shortness of breath up to respiratory paralysis. Coma, failure of vital organ functions. Long-term effects of chronic alcohol use. After years of excessive alcohol consumption, there are usually significant health effects. The liver is most frequently affected, but almost all other organ systems can also be damaged by alcohol. Liver. Alcohol is broken down in the liver. Excessive alcohol consumption causes damage to liver cells and an accumulation of fatty acids in the liver. Over the years this develops into an alcoholic fatty liver, which can later develop into jaundice, cirrhosis or even liver cancer. Long-term alcohol consumption also increases the iron content in the blood, which also damages the liver cells. Stomach and intestines, inflammation of the stomach lining, gastritis, and subsequently bleeding in the stomach and intestines are caused by alcohol consumption. Esophagus, inflammation of the esophagus, esophagitis, and Mallory-Weiss syndrome, tears in the mucous membrane at the junction between the esophagus and the stomach, which can be caused by vomiting and which can easily lead to bleeding pancreas, chronic inflammation of the pancreas, pancreatitis. Heart. Long-term excessive alcohol consumption leads to increased blood pressure and thus promotes heart attacks. In addition, there is an enlargement of the heart, which can ultimately lead to a reduced performance of the organ, heart failure. Nervous system, damage to the nerve tracts, polyneuropathies, become noticeable through numbness, abnormal sensations such as ants tingling, muscle weakness or muscle cramps or nerve pain. Polyneuropathies affect around 20% of all alcoholics. Skin. Alcohol consumption leads to a weakening of the immune system and thus to an increased susceptibility to fungal or bacterial infections of the skin. Existing skin diseases can get worse due to alcohol. Brain. Damage to brain cells leads to disorders of memory, fine motor skills and the ability to concentrate. As a result, mental illnesses such as depression, phobias or psychoses with a risk of suicide can also develop. The death of entire brain structures that are responsible for memory and orientation is also possible. Korsakoff syndrome. Cancers. People who drink alcohol excessively are at increased risk of developing cancers, particularly of the oral cavity, throat, esophagus, stomach, intestines, liver and pancreas.